back in, when that system was put in the original agreement, the agreement was that the city of Rugby's plant would supply them the water at cost. So we are held by contract to provide them water at cost. And that's an interesting process to get to the cost, but that's another day.
And how many acre feet do we provide to them?
I think they're up to, Gary, 150 acre feet is what they have, right, they don't use that much right now, but that's what they have up to that volume. So I'd like to see, I was in the insurance business for years, and the wider your base of distribution, the lower your rate can be. So if Rugby grew and the plant grew and that cost could be spread out over a greater base, it should be less, but that isn't happening. So water is an expensive item, but you look at what you get, it's a tremendous issue to have. Are there any other questions or comments?
Do we have a management plan or a sustainable strategic development plan?
Yeah, we have a comprehensive.
We have a comprehensive, 2 years ago we had one
And where?
on City Hall. We are also working on, thanks to Liz, we're also looking at and working on a long-term strategic plan for our water and sewer to let us, to calculate what our rates should be as we go along and not do a knee-jerk reaction. Gee, we're broke, we gotta double the rates. You know, that's what we don't. You guys don't want it, we
More
don't
of
want it.
a water rate increase, so it goes up in increments instead of waiting 5 years, and it's like, oh my goodness, we need to raise our rates $2 or $3.
To raise that rate proportional to the increase in cost,
Not more than
something
we
to
need.
that effect.
just enough.
So you don't have those big swings in your costs. So yes, we're trying, some of those plans are in process. But some at City Hall, they've got a strategic plan. That we, what, 3 years ago, Dave? 3 years ago, we had that done.
And how often is it updated?
Every 5 years, we're
I
supposed
don't remember the
to.
time.
And generally, it's every 5 years, you have a 5-year comprehensive plan.
Well, hopefully tonight was an informative meeting for everyone here to clarify how a budget is put together. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I was hoping the room would have more people here. That's the only way we get that information across. Yes?
Why is the police department has 35% of the city budget?
I'll
That's
call on
just
public
the
safety.
general fund.
That's 35%.
Yeah, for the general fund.
Right now with the staff we have, that's what the costs are. And I think, well, they're there. I think the numbers are there and where the money is going. Is that in there? Okay.
I can bring that up.
Yes, we bring it up. We'll show you where the budget for the police department. Good question.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have more handouts?
I only printed a couple of the PowerPoint, I can email PowerPoint.
Here, Sue, you can have this one. I know where to get one.
Do you?
Come get this one. Any of this information that, if you want a copy of the preliminary budget, or if you want these things, this is your information. Come and get them. We absolutely want to be transparent with every number on there. You're welcome to review them, question them. If you want to see receipts on a lot of that stuff, I'm sure Liz could provide them. Just, by the way, we, the council, feel very, very fortunate that we have Liz on board. She's an excellent person to have in with the numbers. She's got a solid background in accounting, and she's working on her advanced degree, so thank you, Liz, for the hard work. And if you check the City Hall, you're gonna find a little extra overtime for her to get all this stuff put together over that. So she's worked extremely hard to get this thing put together. And also, while she's getting that up, I'd like to thank the finance committee for all the hours that they put in. I know there was a lot of consideration given on this budget to serve the taxpayers of our community. Okay, this is the police budget. That's every item in the police budget.
There was a lot of overtime budgeted in there. There's we have 5 police officers. Health insurance, of course, is rising. That's the city pays 75% of the health insurance, for a family.
And
Yeah,
100% of the
100%
single.
100% for a single, or for an individual, but if you have family insurance, the, city pays 75%.
Can we see the labels for line 11 or line 10?
Yeah, that
I
was
can't tell what the labels are.
Just our police department budget.
I'll give it a go. Why does 15 have 2 columns?
It must be 6 months.
Oh, the 6 month, sorry. This is this is what's budgeted, this column, and then this is the month to date, or the 6
Year to
months.
date?
This is the 6 month expenditures. 6 months.
There you go.
Is our police department fully staffed?
Yeah, we have
I think it is today, isn't it?
It is as of today.
Just a comment on that. To keep it staffed has been a challenge because of the heavy demand out west. We'll give the west a lot of credit for some of this stuff, but there's high demand for long
How many
term.
police cars do we have?
3. I believe there's 3 and there's one part that's going to be sold, a replaced car. I think there's 3. Right down?
We have 3 in use and 2 that are being ready to
Yeah,
sell.
they're parked.
Mr. Mayor, one comment. A year ago, we decided to add 1 police officer, 1 more FTE. And part of that came about because of our expected population growth with the oil, but also our comprehensive plan that we had was recommending 5 officers. So we used both of those elements as a basis. And it turns out, in order to keep 4 officers, we probably should always be hiring because there is some turnover. And I talked, somebody said, are we talking to other municipalities? I visited with the city auditor in Harvey. Rugby is about 2,900 population, give or take. Harvey is about 1,800. She said they just hired a 4th officer in Harvey. And they do 24/7 police coverage, and we do the same. I don't know how they did it with 3 officers, except with a lot of overtime, I suppose. But, you know, are we comparing to some degree, but are we tying it to a source? The comprehensive plan was one source, the Bakken expansion was another. And as we do have turnover fairly often, it's probably a good idea to have 5, because we'll maybe have 4 trained and running all the time.
And the other part of that is the need. We look at the police reports and the incidents, and if you watch the news on what's going on in the area, it's in the paper how many drug arrests that are happening in Rugby, meth sites and drug sites that are being operated right here in our own community. John has all the numbers, and the numbers are going up all the time, and I think that's one area that we've been told by citizens, make sure we have enough police to protect us. So we did add So that,
No, the only reason I asked is I seen in the paper where, you know, someone had left or something, I didn't know we were fully staffed.
Yes.
That's why I asked.
so we used to get by with less than that, but residents came forth a year ago already and said, we want to have adequate coverage. So we responded with that and put that fifth person on. And there's all kinds of pluses and minuses, you hear it all the time.
Yeah, and the police budget didn't go up with this, the 2016 budget, we're just, pretty close to where we were last year.
Are there any other questions, any other comments? Anybody want to make some donations to the city? Tim? So there's a lot of work and a lot of thought put into this budget. It takes a lot of time and a lot of discussion. Hopefully, the end result will take care of the needs of all the residents and to their satisfaction. Well, if there are no other questions, the final approval of this budget will take place on Monday night or at our normal monthly meeting. I'll look for a motion for adjournment from the council.
So
Moved by Bruce to adjourn, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hopper. Meeting adjourned. Thank everybody for coming.